go. We are headed into the game.
And we got Ken and Ezreal, your favorite.
Hey, we finally
we immediately get to see how it actually plays out against Zoe Lee Sin, so that'll be nice.
Oh. All right.
Pod I do not think I've seen in this deck before.
In Ken and Ezreal?
Correct.
I got to agree with you there. I've seen what's that new 6-cost draw 2, give your field +1/+1?
I love that guy. I want to play him in a deck, but every time I try to build a deck that's like Ionia and is trying to play a 6-mana card, I'm like, doesn't this just lose to Ken and Ezreal and also probably Yordles?
I played it in my Ken and Ezreal deck. It's not terrible if you're trying to dig for Ezreal. Or get like a random win con with Shadow Assassins because you can't find Ezreal. But yeah, it's doesn't seem all too great. So yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. We get to see who wins this matchup now. Looks like we
flying by.
Yeah, this is going not just fast, but also, I mean, seemingly pretty good for both players. Not only does Aikado have a lot of the pieces, which is pretty standard for Ken and Ezreal, although having the Ezreal early is pretty good. We also have Lee Sin in the hand of Iannogueira really early.
Yeah, Ian has all the pieces. Aikado is missing a few of them. We don't have the Landmark, the God Seedling. We don't have the Kinku Wayfinder to get multiple cannons on board. I'd say things are looking, from a starting hand perspective, much better for Iannogueira.
See, you know, I definitely agree having Kinku Wayfinder would be better for Aikado, but that's the thing. I think this is why Ken and Ezreal is so good right now. We don't even need that card. Like, you play one Kennen, and as long as you have, like, 1 or 2 recalls in hand, you're golden. And, oh, hey, by the way, we just top-decked Eye of the Dragon. Now you're just not going to be able to kill us, you know, until you actually do get down Lee Sin. Although, I mean, maybe Lee Sin just wins because Lee Sin on 5, like, there's really just nothing Aikado can do about that long-term.
I mean, you never get to kick, right?
Well, that's what we were talking about before. Like, if you recall, well, yeah, if you recall the target that's kicked, but eventually you run out of recalls, right? And I think that's the problem.
I think you kill them before you run out of recalls.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll put it to the test here. This is the only raw recall in Aikado's hand. Homecoming takes a little bit more interaction as well as a little bit more mana. So this is really the only like super defensive tool that we have here. Of course, could use the Kennen spell as well to get a second one into deck, which would have been nice if we had a Kinku Wayfinder, but because we don't, we won't. And now we get to push a little bit of damage onto one of these eyes.
Yeah, here we go. Some marks flying here. And this is one of the great things about this deck is Ezreal basically just comes out of the deck leveled up. So you don't ever really not level Ezreal with this deck.
I wonder if Aikado's going to return in Eye or Ezreal.
Well, there's Eye of the Dragon.
If he doesn't use this return on Ezreal. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
I was going to say, you can't not use the return. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's like why not at this point? Especially when, you know, there are no elusive blockers. There's really no way for Ian to prevent this Ezreal from coming through. So that's just a free Mystic Shot, right? So
yeah, I mean, it'd have to be a Hush, and even then, it'd take Hush plus a combat trick to actually kill the Ezreal. And now with one of these eyes already set up for... I got thrown off by him attacking with Kennen into a 3 health unit, but he does have a combat trick in hand. Yeah, you know, like you could Hush the Ezreal and block it with a Dragonling, but you're not killing it. It's still a consistent threat. And if this Ezreal connects, you actually get to pick off an eye and just continue to accelerate your own game plan. Things looking pretty good for Aikado, but we are now in Lee Sin territory, and Aikado doesn't have a lot of protection against Lee Sin. And I think that even just the challenger on the Lee is going to be pretty effective.
Yeah, I just want to see this Lee hit. I mean, if there's ever a shot where Lee Sin is going to beat Ken and Ezreal. I mean, again, we still don't really know who's favored in this matchup.
I can check what the stats say, but I would imagine they're going to be not great because I don't think a lot of people play Lee Sin on ladder.
There's probably not a lot of these that have happened. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what we can find here, what the stats actually do say, but don't take these as gospel.
But this has got to be, of course. But this has got to be the game that it should be able to win, right? I mean, any Lee Sin deck drawing Lee Sin on 5 has got to have a much higher win rate versus literally any deck, right? So we gotta like to think that this is going to be a W here for Lee Sin, but here it is, coming down on 5. Not much Aikado can do about it. It's never really going to be threatened unless we do get the ultimate dream of just like, you know, 6 Mark of the Storms in hand at some point. And even
for whatever reason, the default Ezreal Kennen on this site is Bandle City, so there's like no stats on that. I have to find the Ezreal Kennen Ionia.
Really? That's the D. I feel like this one's way more popular.
Yeah, so do I. I'm so confused by it.
What site are you using?
LLORR stats. Legna's site.
Is that a SEA based site?
I don't think so. I think Legna's NA.
No, is it? Okay, I was gonna say because I know SEA. You mentioned they're playing more Bandle City, right? So
when did I say that?
Or maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm confusing my B's now. I remember talking to somebody and they mentioned SEA was tended to play Ken and Ezreal as more of a Bandlewood deck.
All right, here we go. Ezreal Kennen.
Okay.
Has a 70% win rate into Lee Sin.
I guess the better question to ask is, does it have a sub like 70% win rate versus any deck?
Yes. Most of them.
Oh no, I don't believe that. No way.
The only deck that is okay, so it just kind of bops Akshan Pantheon.
Okay.
And Riven Pantheon. Those are the only two decks that have a higher win rate than Lee Sin.
Okay. So you're saying this has a losing win rate into everything else according to that?
No. I'm saying those are the only two that are above 70.
Oh, okay.
Pantheon is its best real match, or Lee Sin rather is its best real matchup.
Okay. So what does it say is actually not favored for Ken and
like
Ezreal?
What beats this?
Yeah.
Yordles, you got a 40% win rate.
Okay.
Ping City, you got 35.
Okay.
Bandle Tree, you got a 45.
So, okay, and that's kind of what we thought seeing it in action yesterday too. But
Rawls is really bad as well.
Yeah, okay. Literally, those four decks are what we thought would have good matchups into it yesterday. We never saw Thralls, but it's still won in every single one of them. So I don't know if it was just bad. There is obviously still a chance to win. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's a hard deck. The skill expression in this deck is pretty high.
Yeah,
and I that's just something that is what it is.
I like that though. It's one of the things that adds to the how fun this deck is to play. It's one of the reasons I liked it out of the gate. So here we go. Lee Sin is down on his way to getting leveled up. Has a mark on him. So we are possibly, eventually going to be setting up to start to attempt to kill the Lee Sin. I don't know. I mean, the thing is you get barrier every turn. So that's one of the marks is just not going to be able to do damage to him.
If there's any game that Lee Sin was going to win, I assume it would be something similar to this one because Aikado still hasn't leveled Kennen, still hasn't leveled Ezreal. And even when you do level the Ezreal, look at Aikado's hand. What are you doing with the leveled Ezreal?
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of spells to fire off and push damage.
Now we have a Conk Palm, too, to prevent this Ezreal from coming in for an attack, which Aikado very well could either open attack with Ezreal or summon the Shadow Assassin, then attack with both elusives before doing anything. I mean, that's an option here. I don't know if that's the correct line, but we do need another target. It's one of the considerations there of getting the Mystic Shot with that open attack with Ezreal. So Cloud Drinker also an option. All right, we're going to go. It looks like we are going to do possibly an open attack then. Yep. Going to go for one of the Eye of the Dragons here. And yeah, so I imagine the Conk Palm goes onto the Ezreal to prevent this Mystic Shot, but who knows? I mean, Ian might decide that we just let this through.
No, it looks like he's going to agree with you and Conk Palm the Ezreal and say, I don't want to take any more damage than I have to. Going to get a little bit more lifesteal on the side of Aikado. Going to go up to 17 to Ian's 20. And yeah, I mean, Aikado just really needs to find a way to level the Kennen, right? Or level the Ezreal. I mean, the God Willow Seedling would be ideal here. Wayfinder is fine, but you're only pulling one Kennen out of deck with that, so it's pretty mediocre.
Yeah, and I do like that buff onto the Dragonling there, too, on the side of Aikado, putting him up to 17 health. I think that's important. It puts Aikado a lot further out of the range of an OTK with Lee Sin. 17 a lot harder to get up to than 15, which might even be possible. I mean, you got 6 cards in the hand of Ian here. It's not out of the question that we get up that high with Overwhelm, and it's looking like we'll still be able to do that next turn.
And with 2 Deny in hand, you got to figure that when Ian decides to go for it, as long as he's still got the mana available, it's going to happen.
Yep.
Which could be not quite next turn. I'm trying to run the math. After the Zenith Blade, you still need to give Lee Sin 3 attack, which you have with Pale Cascade and Sonic Wave, but that's 5 mana.
Ooh, we have a deny though. We just top decked a deny, or not top deck, but we grabbed with the Cloud Drinker the deny. So if Ian comes in next turn, we can at least deny the kick.
Yeah, Ian can't go for a risky kick here. I think he's got to finish off Aikado in 2 shots with the Lee. But I don't see Aikado really having a whole lot to stop that from happening.
Ooh.
Second Homecoming is a nice top deck, though.
And we also just got another Lee Sin, so I think that might be the go ahead for Ian to go for the 1-turn kill here and go all in. But that is going to be the deny, and then we're probably going to get another deny from Ian, then a Homecoming, and then a deny, and then a Homecoming. Wait, do we have enough mana for all that? No, we only have 10 mana.
Yeah, and Ian's not going for the kill here, just going for the 2-shot. Doesn't actually have... I guess like you could Sonic Wave to go for it, but then you leave yourself with only 1 deny. Is going to hang on to the 2 denies, and that means that if Aikado goes Homecoming deny, we just get deny.
Yep.
And Aikado loses both champions.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah. All right, smart on the side of Ian. Keeping that 8 mana up. I guess the question is, I guess it doesn't really matter if you use Homecoming or deny, or I mean, if you're 10-headed, do you twin disciplines the Kennen to make sure you save your Kennen because you expect another deny?
You could do that after you deny.
Oh yeah, we'll still have the mana open. Okay, yep. So we can save the Kennen, thankfully, which I do think is pretty important here.
Does that matter?
I mean, not having Kennen is worse than, not having Kennen is worse than having.
You
Kennen,
do open yourself up to more potential top deck outs if you still have the Kennen.
Because I think we're 1 away from Kennen leveling, or actually, at this point,
yeah, we're 1 away.
Hold on, the Dragonling might level. How many Dragonlings have we summoned?
That I don't know. It doesn't actually tell you which unit Kennen is counting.
He's
counting himself. Yeah, he's counting himself. So the Dragonlings are at best tied, but I think the eye came down kind of late in the game.
It doesn't tell you what unit if it's tied, which kind of stinks. Oh, we don't even get one either. Oh, okay, we got it. We have the level up then. Okay.
I mean, you have the level up, but what does that do?
Oh, we have a I mean, it could do a lot, especially if we keep drawing these recalls. And now that you've seen 2 denies come out of Ian, I mean, that's big. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna start the action off here.
So let me put it this way: leveling Kennen does not stop Aikado from dying next turn. You still have the Homecoming for that, but I don't know. I don't know if you're killing Ian fast enough.
Well, Homecoming, yeah, and there's no deny for Homecoming. Wait,
the Homecoming is going to resolve as it currently stands.
Wait, hold on. Homecoming is recall a unit to recall another unit, right?
Oh yeah, so the Will of Ionia
will stop that. It's like a pseudo deny in that case. So
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, as of now, Ian could still go for lethal next turn and not have any sort of interruption here. All right, so this is okay, yeah, because we can always stun the Lee Sin if it's blocking. There we go. You should block the Kennen here just to block more damage. No, I mean you know it's gonna get stunned.
Yeah,
that seems odd. Yeah, okay. I think that was a slight misstep there. All right, down to 10. We have 2 face damage. I mean, even an Ezreal off the top would be like pretty close to lethal.
Yeah, but I think you're dying on the open.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I'm trying to think of a top deck for Aikado.
Conk Palm.
Oh,
that's the top deck for Aikado.
Yep, that's the top deck we needed, and I think that's going to be enough because all we have in response is the Will of Ionia, and we have the second response from Aikado. That's going to be enough, and honestly, Aikado's probably going to be able to close it out next turn.
Yeah, no, Ian took 10 damage on the previous turn. This Lee Sin's going to get stunned. Ian doesn't have any other blockers to play. The Cloud Drinker is now elusive. I think you're right. I think this is just going to be lethal for Aikado on the next turn.
Wow.
Thanks to that top deck concussive palm. And this game looked so good for Ian for so long and so medium for Aikado in terms of the usual Kennen Ezreal style of gameplay that we get to see.
Well, and you know what I'm noticing here? You know, one of Lee Sin's shticks is it has a response for almost everything, right? It has all these responsive spells, Will of Ionia, Twin Disciplines, whatever it might be. But Aikado, Kennen, Ezreal has like way more. It has even more responses. And that's what we're seeing. We keep seeing these stacks in the middle of the board.
Attempt to stop the homecoming.
Oh, wow. That was... Oh, okay. We have another... Yeah, wait. Why didn't we try to stop that? We just lose then. We just lose.
You lie to me about how homecoming works?
No, I'm almost positive it's recall 2. Unless Ian just didn't catch that.
It is possible. He's been out of the game for a while.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know... that's definitely
this
not
is
a
what
question.
Rust looks like.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, especially after that block on the Eye of the Dragon, right? So... yeah, I think that is actually the case. So, but yeah, we have 2 to the face with Lightning Storm. We have more spells thanks to Deep Med, and yeah, this is, I think, gonna be enough for lethal. I mean, we got 8. Or no, was that 7 elusive damage? We can get another Kennen down if we recall it. We technically have that's Severum, right? So we actually could have lifesteal if we needed.
Yeah, but your Lee Sin's just getting stunned by the mark.
Yeah. All right, it was Deep Med. And
Notify picked up in Will of Ionia is 3 mana.
Yes. Oh man, see, and just as I said that,
on the will,
I'm telling you, there's just more answers in Kennen Ezreal than there has been ever really in Lee Sin, which is crazy to think, because Lee Sin is always, it has the deny, it has the will, it has the notify, it has the twin disciplines. Aikado's just got that many more answers. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see.
Does Aikado notice that this is a notifiable Lee Sin? He doesn't.
Oh my god! What? Why? What is this right now? Oh.
So Aikado still has lethal if you Kennen spell your Kennen and then leave it in hand and do it again to the ephemeral Kennen next turn.
Yeah. Yep. Well, there. Yep. There's Cloud Drinker. There's a retreat. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
instead we're just putting this back on the Lee Sin. We will get another mark at the start of the turn thanks to Kennen being summoned. We can just stun Lee Sin again.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's actually, I mentioned this earlier, this is one of the few times where you actually get a defensive Mark of the Storm, and it's because of this landmark being able to trigger a Kennen on your opponent's attack turn. This is not often that this happens, but in this case, this is beautifully set up by Aikado, even though we could have notified the will anyways, and it would have been game, but you know... Who's complaining, I guess. One way or the other, Aikado's going to win.
I am. I have to sit here longer.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's see if Ian can get the Miracle top deck now. It's his turn, but Aikado with Mark and double Conk Palm, I can't imagine Ian can draw anything that's going to get them out of this.
Yeah, there's not enough denies and notifies in the world to prevent what Aikado has in response here. You have recalls to prevent damage. You have... I mean, stuns on stuns. You have 3 stuns to take care of this Lee Sin.
Ian throwing out the Shen GG, knowing that either this interaction ends the game or he is dead on the following turn.
Yeah, I imagine we just stun and recall. Yep. Yeah, there we go. There's the stun, Mark of the Storm defensively. There's the 1 mana recall, which is suddenly such an amazing card. Hush not gonna do anything. Let's see what else we can get. Concussive Palm also does not do anything.
So, does Hush remove Mark of the Storm?
That is an amazing question, and I want to say yes. Yep, here it is.
It doesn't matter here because the unit is getting recalled anyway, and you're hushing the overwhelm off of your Lee Sin. But actually, yeah, it looks like from that the confirmation is there that it does remove the mark.
All right, so thank you, Ian, for at least giving us. So that's what we stayed extra for. We got that little bit of knowledge.
We got that information because I was curious about that.
Yeah, no, and I mean that makes sense, right? It's like a status effect, so that's cool. All right, well, I gave that win to the wrong person there. Aikado taking it away. And yeah, I mean, that just goes to show you why Kennen Ezreal has such a high win rate versus Lee Sin based on what you found. We had Lee Sin on 5. Like, we had it. And we still weren't able to close things out. So, concerning. But all right, here we go. Off to game number 2. And we get the mulligans.
All right. Oh, Aikado really brought double Shelfo.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Are we back to Vi Fizz, or is it just Vi? It's just Fizz. It's just Fizz again. No, you do hate Glorious Shelfo.
I do. Yeah, I do hate Glorious Shelfo. Never mind.
You're saying I don't hate it. I know you hate it.
I hate it. I hate it. Listen, I am way more pro Ken and Ezreal than I am Glorious Shelfolk. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now.
We'll see if you change that tune anytime soon. But it looks like Ian has brought. I'm gonna guess this is Ari Kennen. Yeah, Ari Kennen, Shurima, the elusive aggro here, starting off with the Morn, who I like the Morn. I think it is just a strictly better Navori Blade Scout in pretty much every situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because if you could recall Blade Scout every turn, I think you would. So. All right. Conchologist coming down here. Purpleberry Shake, which I've actually seen make an impact in a lot of games recently. So.
Yeah. Bouncing Bomb actually isn't bad, but it looks like we are going to go for a Sump Fumes. Looking to take care of the Ari rather than worrying about Kennens.
Yeah, now I'm actually very excited to see Ari. We didn't really see a lot of it last night. I am looking forward to seeing her interactions. For anybody who does not know what she does, I actually learned
take it away on that one.
I learned this yesterday. Her level 1 only attack strikes once and then recalls the unit to the right. So an attack strike means she does actually attack. She needs to survive that interaction in order to continue on her way to the right. So I learned that the hard way. Her leveled up version continues all the way down the line. So her leveled up version, every single time she strikes, she will keep striking all the way to the right.
It's worth noting that she does have quick attack. So when we say survive the interaction, you will survive any attack that you do with quick attack.
Well, with a 2 health unit, right? So if you're going into like a 3/3, she will die and not go to the right.
She will not die.
From what I did yesterday, she died.
You did it wrong.
unless I screwed that up somehow. Yeah, no, because if she attacks she has to attack strike into a 3/3.
Yeah, so she'll quick attack it and then swap.
See, so I actually thought that's how she worked with Katarina, right? Like Katarina always will survive because she just strikes and recalls. But I could have sworn I attacked with her into a 3/3 and she died. So I guess I don't know. Or maybe, you know what?
I haven't tried to block her with anything bigger because I tend to just block whatever the thing on the right is because that's the one that'll actually strike the Ari.
Well, yeah, so I was just going to say, so maybe it was her level 1 and then she already moved once to the right and then struck again, and that unit was a 3/3. Right? So the second blocker could kill her.
Do you have Twitch chat open? Because I don't, and I love to assume that they're just completely, like, they're arguing about how it works in chat right now. Oh, yeah. Is kind of what I'm imagining. Either that or, like, they're unanimously agreeing that we're just idiots.
Hit button says Boulevard is correct. So cool. if you're correct, then that would mean, but does that mean the second blocker would kill her?
The reason it's an attack strike is because you can't single combat it and move it
No,
right.
Yeah, I know. But if the second blocker is a 3/3, she does
It'll
die
kill
in the
Ari.
second one. Yeah. All right, so that's what I'm thinking of then. Okay. Yep. So the first interaction, she'll always survive.
Yeah.
Her level 2, she'll just survive all of them. Yeah.
I've actually I haven't seen Ari's level up yet, actually.
Now wait, I have not seen this interaction. If she attack strikes under level 2, and she does it, let's say, like 3 times, on her last attack strike, does she have to survive that? So does she always have to survive her last strike?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because what else would she do?
No, that makes sense. All right. Yeah, because she has nowhere else to go to recall.
Yeah,
so okay.
Wayfindering into Kennen, hitting the Morn as well. The more elusive aggro version of Ari Kennen, which I think is what a lot of people kind of expected this deck to be.
I saw an Ari Lulu deck that was similar to this. Interessante.
I think people are kind of torn on how to build Ari. Like, you have the people that are just building it like a Kinku Wayfinder deck, and then you have people that are like trying to find a good unit to bounce. And I've seen Otterpuss and I've seen Doom Beast as the people that are like, I'm just going to try to recycle this one unit 6 times.
Oh, good old Doom Beast. God, I miss Doom Beast.
Well, he's back. Apparently, you can legally put it in an Ari deck and build it around Doom Beast.
Well, Lemorne going to get taken down here with the Pokey Stick. This is a pretty wide field, though. Ari, I think it's 5 ticks, right? That she needs to level
6.
up. 6. So I think she's either 2 or 3 right now.
She's at 2.
And yeah, this is going to recall the Navori here, which is nice. I mean, the reason why this is in here is to, help her level up a little bit quicker. And here we go.
So this is something that'll work. If you take out the unit that's to the right, then Ari can't swap, and she's just stuck in combat with this 3/3.
Yeah. All right. Kinku Wayfinder again off the top.
I can't wait for this game to end because Ian just denies Glorious Evolution and Aikado just floats a turn.
Oh, you mean 10 mana spell is bad? Yeah, that's what I've been saying this whole time.
There's a lot of Ionia running around right now to be playing 10 mana spells, but especially because what is Ian's lineup that Aikado was willing to run Glorious Evolution into 2 Ionia decks?
Yep.
We said Ken and Ari and Lee Sin, go ahead and run it. Ian, what's this last deck that you had Aikado quaking in his boots about?
All right. So Kinku can block the Conchologist nice and easy here, but does put it within range of a Pokey Stick.
It was Yordles. Of course it was Yordles.
So Yordles was banned then? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, here we go. Setting up the blocks here. I don't hate... why are we doing this? I don't necessarily... I hate this.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ian's hand trying to figure... Unless we're like... Nope, I don't know what Ian's doing.
Are we just
Do
like...
we want the board space for something? Or we're just
Kinku. For Kinku, yeah. Wayfinder, yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Into... Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot more than just Kennen in this deck. So
yeah.
It's a little different with Wayfinder this time around. Still not quite leveling anything up, though. We do have 1 recall.
Ian's hand looks so bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
Aikado's hand looks slightly... Aikado's hand looks like it can get bailed out by a Shellfolk. Ian's hand just looks bad.
Isn't that the idea of this entire deck, though, is like Shellfolk just bails it out of anything? Like, isn't that... Shellfolk is just what this deck needs to not have a bad hand. And
I'm trying to figure out how Aikado wins from here, because even if you get that Glorious Evolution off, there are plenty of elusive blockers in Iannogueira's deck to just not die to these Poros. And you don't have really much besides this Poro. It looks like we actually are going to successfully kill all 3 copies of Kennen.
I've seen this happen before, and let me tell you, if Ian does win this game, ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. We are going to be here a while. All right. This is not going to be fun. Now, this is Ari instead, so I'm actually curious. I mean, Ari can still be very aggressive, so if we're able to top deck another Ari, I mean, maybe that's the way to victory here.
Yeah, because I think the Shurima Splash in this deck is typically the Absolver.
Mm-hmm.
So you do need a leveled champion for that to really come in an impactful way.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Ari Noxus, all right? I'm trying to get that double strike overwhelm on Ari, all right? That's all I'm saying.
I haven't seen anybody do that.
I did. I posted on Twitter. Go look.
Wait, why do you need overwhelm? Why can't you just, like, use Flurry of Fists?
No, that's what I was using. It was Flurry of Fists.
Then why are you Noxus?
Oh, that's right. Flurry of Fists is... Well, because I wanted overwhelm. Yeah, I don't know. It just made sense. Kato, don't question me, all right? Kato the arm, all right? Because why not?
Well, Absolver's overwhelm, buddy.
Yeah, I guess. But no double attack.
That's Ionia. You can just play Flurry.
Wait,
you're not getting double attack out of Noxus.
Is Ian not playing Flurry?
No, he's not playing Flurry.
Oh. Rip.
Ian wants to win a tournament.
There's it. Well, I'm not trying to win a tournament, so
yeah, you get to do whatever you want. Where are you, bronze?
probably iron at this point. No, I've actually started playing more lately, so I think I'm in gold right now.
I'm almost out of gold.
Yeah.
It dropped me into like silver 190 LP. I was like, oh, you could have just put me in gold.
Oh man, and I hate it too. Man, I went to go play a match the other day. It was Shadow Isles Noxus Championless Burn, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, your favorite.
I'm like, yeah, but like nobody's playing around that, so I'm like, great. I'm just gonna get like the nuts. My opponent's gonna get the nuts and just win.
Yeah, it looks like Aikado is going to be able to sort of shell folk out from here. Trying to figure out exactly how much that means because, funny enough, once we hit the deny, we will have a 3-mana deny.
Yep.
So we can wait until turn 10 and actually resolve our Glorious Evolution.
Yep.
Although I think it's more likely for Aikado to just like fire those off back to back because Ian's not really putting down any additional pressure from here, but there are still elusives on the board, and that is something that Aikado is going to have to respect.
Yeah, Ian's gonna have. I mean, Ian would have to get a second deny at that point to actually stop one of these Glorious Evolutions. But yeah, like
it looked
you
like
said,
Ian probably going to be recalling, recalling a
droplet.
droplet, sending that shell folk back to the hand. Big tempo swing for Ian there. Get a draw off as well. Shadow Assassin, a pretty nice pickup.
Yeah, and Ari's gonna come down too. I mean, Ari can recall this whole field and draw like basically like 3 cards. So this
and I think Ari's leveled now.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's.
So I get to see Ari's level up animation for the first time.
I know. I think I've already seen her level up animation.
I've played against a few Ari decks, but either like they don't draw the Ari or like they just don't recall 6 units before they surrender. Because like I said, I was playing Bandletree. I had a lot of removal.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Hold on. So, there is a homecoming. This feels so bad too because you know you can't protect Ari. Oh, homecoming? Never mind. Homecoming is 3 mana, and there's also a Nopify. So Ian technically with we're not gonna have enough mana if we play Ari. Never mind. I was gonna say Ian would have the deny and Nopify available, but it just feels bad.
What?
I mean that the homecoming's probably gonna go through.
Yeah, but you have 8 mana. You can play Ari, deny Nopify.
No, now after you play Ari, you only have 6. Because
Yeah,
deny is 6 mana.
Oh, deny's pranked.
The
I see.
pranked, yeah. Yup.
Yeah, that's like a millimeter tall on my screen.
Yeah. All right, trick or trade coming in.
Getting some more Otterpuss. Here comes the attack.
All right, here we go. The dream has been realized. Please don't play Homecoming, Aikado. You know you don't want to.
Well, Aikado doesn't have mana for deny Homecoming.
Yep. Yeah, now we don't have the mana. So yeah, now we are safe.
So this is just lethal.
Yeah,
right?
This is lethal. That's one of the reasons why Ari is so crazy good with elusives.
And Aikado knew that like there's still deny mana for Iannogueira.
Mm-hmm.
And Aikado knows the deny is there because he pranked it.
Yep. Yeah, there's the Poppy emote. Oh, this is so satisfying to see an Ari victory with a board of elusives. Oh, there's a stress. Where the heck was that? Do we not see that? Is that hidden?
It was a little schmooved.
All right, it doesn't matter. We have the twin disciplines. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, just don't surrender, Aikado. I want to see everything. Okay, yeah, there we go. Look at this. This is so great. Feels so much like the old in League of Legends. I love what they did with her.
This is the first time I've actually seen her get to do this. That was really fun to watch.
This is great. That was fantastic. Great job from Iannogueira. We gave him a little bit of crap for being rusty with the Lee Sin deck, but schooled us there on how to use Ari successfully. That was a great win there from Ian. Let's go. That was cool. I'm glad Ari is
now we get to watch
success.
Lee Sin versus Fizz Shelf.
Oh boy.
I miss aggro.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, huh? Yeah. But
I miss casting 10-minute games.
Bet you never thought you'd say that before.
Oh no, I did. I've said that multiple times. Anytime the meta gets slow, I'm like, man.
Oh man. All right, here we go. We got the Wounded White Flame early on here for Ian as well.
That's the problem with me, Doza. The things that I like casting and the things that I like playing do not line up. Which means I like every meta, but only one way.
All right, Fizz coming in hot. Love to see it. Let's see if Fizz is going to be able to put on some pressure here for Aikado early on, interestingly enough. No way to deal with it yet, to be honest with you. If Fizz keeps coming in elusively, Aikado can keep pressuring damage.
Yeah, I mean, Aikado doesn't have a great answer for this Wounded White Flame, though.
Mm-hmm.
And once one Zenith Blade goes down onto it, I don't think Ian's going to have too much trouble keeping it outside of the range of all of these pot shots that Aikado can sort of take at it.
Mm-hmm.
And we might just see a Wounded White Flame, like, take over the game.
Yeah, that's going to be really hard to kill. We already have a Pale Cascade and a Zenith Blade, too, so that is going to be a big old boy here if we're able to get it to stick.
And there's really, I mean, there's 3 removal spells on the side of Aikado right now, representing 6 or 7 damage, but at 6 damage, I mean, that's 7 mana. And I don't think you can really ping down the White Flame. I think you got to do it all in one shot.
Yeah, that would have been the shot if we had like 4 mana there. Maybe you go double Mystic Shot, but even then it would have been shut down by Pale. Now we get Zenith Blade on it.
And you would have to expend all 6 or all 7 mana to get around the Pale Cascade.
Wait, hold on. If we play the Zenith Blade, does Faded trigger the second it's targeted? It does, right?
You can see that it is a 2/4 still.
Oh, I thought he was still hovering it. Is he not? Oh, no, he already put it on the stack. Okay.
Yeah. But Pale Cascade will trigger Faded.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking...
Aikado can kill it.
I was
It'll
thinking...
just cost every removal spell.
Okay. We're fine. Oh, yeah, 3... Yeah, we'd have to... Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen, it looks like. Sump Fumes and Pokey Stick.
Ian now responds with the Pale Cascade. That's going to trigger the Faded, put this up to 6 health, and Mystic Shot will finish it off.
Wow.
And now Aikado's in a Shellfolk waiting room as he's got 2 Trinket Trade and Otterpuss in hand. But, I mean, that was Ian's threat. There's no more Lee Sin. There's no more Wounded White Flame. That was the one trick that he had at the moment.
I do like Wounded White Flame being in this deck, too. It's like another option to pillar on, right?
Yeah, if Aikado didn't kill it right then, right there, I think Aikado top deck Shellfolk. Aikado's so good at Legends of Runeterra.
We gotta. Zoe's not half bad for Ian either, but there is a Fizz.
It's awkward, right? Because you can't attack into it because you know that there are burst spells that and the Fizz can just block it because Aikado doesn't care about this Fizz. Yeah. And from here, still no threats for Iannogueira.
Yeah, Aikado even has a Mystic Shot to do with the Zoe if we so choose. Twin Disciplines could save it, but all in all, I mean, Ian's just in... Ian also in a waiting room, but Aikado got out of the waiting room a little bit fast. So...
Yeah, Aikado's next in line.
Yeah.
As soon as Zoe steps out of the doctor's office, Aikado is right through that door. And I think right now what Aikado's debating is, do I Mystic Shot this, or do I Trinket Trade and block, even though I have the Shellfolk in hand, and I would love to be able to Trinket Trade once the Shellfolk's on the field.
Okay, well, yeah, why are we're doing that now, I guess?
To give Fizz elusive.
Yeah. So we're going to opt to trade the Fizz. I guess I don't hate this, right? I feel like the Fizz is more valuable than the Mystic Shot's more valuable than the Fizz.
Yeah, plus then, as we see here, the Twin Discipline would have actually saved it. And I think Aikado's just really cognizant of not giving Ian a star chart, because if he finds Equinox, the Shellfolk's all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're even... Okay, we are guiding, touching... Wait. Why did we
that doesn't
that doesn't make sense.
Make any sense.
That is... Okay, we're just gonna... Nobody saw that.
This isn't Pantheon Lee Sin, right? We're not...
This is... No, this is...
On the fact that we already Twin Disciplined it this turn, but...
What
are we trying to protect it from? A Mystic Shot this turn? That'll come next turn, Ian.
Is there... Yes. Is there a rally we're not seeing? What's happening here? Listen, it's been a while, all right? It's rust. It's fine. It happens to the best of us. It's okay. All right. See what Aikado decides to start the turn off with here. We can start to get the Shellfolk online if we want to use one of these pranks. We have another Otterpuss and a Trinket Trade in hand, so things are going to start flying fast and furiously here for Aikado if they want. Do we try to pillar on Zoe here?
I mean, you found a Lee Sin.
Yeah.
But now you have to kind of just get your entire hand revealed and peeked at, and
it's just, they know everything that's going on.
Yeah, here comes a leveled Fizz.
Oh man, that's
still another Trinket Trade in hand, which represents 2 more Otterpuss, 2 more pranks, 2 more stolen cards.
If we're not careful on the side of Ian, I mean, we might be taking a lot of damage here on this turn. There's also, throwing it out there, there's a Playful Trickster in hand I mean, that's a pretty big rally. All right, we're going to do another Otter. Okay. Probably another Otter Post, I imagine.
Yeah, it was another Otter Post getting another prank.
Yeah.
There's still 3 unknown cards in Ian's hand that Aikado would like to get his eyes on, or 4 rather. There's one all the way to the left, top decked off the Guiding Touch. Here just comes the single attack of the Fizz. Pushing a little bit of chip damage.
And more importantly, getting a Chum the Waters, I'm actually curious if that'll help at all with Lee Sin getting that vulnerable tag.
I mean, it'll help with killing your opponent, which stops the Lee Sin from killing you.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, this is actually how you beat a Lee Sin player. If you reduce their Nexus health to 0, they can't kick your units anymore.
Boulevard.
It shuts everything down. They can no longer take action.
Your genius just never ceases to amaze me. It really.
I know.
It's just.
I know. What can I say?
If you win, they don't win. That's what
it's like old Mordekaiser from season 1, where the joke was the best crowd control is death.
Oh,
peel.
man.
We mean peel. Just kill them. Then they can't hurt you.
Fine. Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, we have the attack token. We do have a Lee Sin down. Unfortunately, it is stunned. So
I wonder if Ian just like throws out a concussive palm next turn just to get it out of their hands, so Aikado can't steal more of it. It's almost certainly not the play.
All right, prank again.
Gonna grab another conk bomb.
Dude, the 1, 2, literally only 3 cards in hand are unknown. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like a Wounded White Flame, a Gifts from Beyond, and a Shield thingy.
You know, I think that's one of the things that's under. Did you just say shield thing?
Yeah, it's the
Shield
Pantheon,
Vault.
sorry.
Shield Vault.
That's the one, Shield Vault.
Shield thingy.
It's day 3. I'm not contractually obligated to know every card.
You don't know every name yet? What's wrong? You slacker.
I know 80% of them, except I don't know any of the mech Yordle names.
I don't know any of those.
I barely know their effects.
I don't think we're gonna know those 2 months from now. I don't know,
yeah, probably not. I played one game with mech Yordles and I was like, this ain't it.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. If I started casting this game like 3 months ago from like not having ever touched it before, as a caster, I would not know all the Celestial cards. I only know the Celestial cards because we went through a phase of like 6 months where that's all anybody played.
Oh my god, I had them all on a sticky note at one point that I had on my other monitor where it had the cost and the name.
I had that graphic where they had them as an all-in-one. Yeah.
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 Man, this is how are we feeling about overtime? I don't think Aikado's winning anytime soon either. We are presenting a very threatening 8 damage attack. Oh, we're going in with the Shell Folk as well. Going to time trick first, see what we find. Glorious Evolution and Hidden Pathways an option here, as well as Stress Defense. Stress Defense, of course, a great anti-Lee Sin tool, and it looks like we are just all in on never letting Lee Sin kill us.
Yep. God, that's gonna feel bad as the Lee Sin player. You're just having your conk palms jacked so that you can't win the game.
Yeah.
That is not fun. We'll have another Chum the Waters generated here, potentially. Yeah, wow. This is a slow and painful death for Iannogueira here.
Well, at the moment, he's leaving 8 damage unblocked, so I think Ian is looking to end this one quickly as well. Just kind of cleaning up all the muck here, and the Otter Puss is getting the Fury proc onto the Wounded White Flame. I think a lot of people forget that Wounded White Flame has Fury, because they tend to see it outside of Dragon decks.
Yeah, no, so I think the reason why we left everything unblocked, it looks like we're going for maybe double Zenith Blade this turn. A Zenith Blade on Wounded White Flame and on Lee Sin. Just to go in next turn. But again, I mean, we have Conk Palm, so I don't know really.
We have Stress Defense, we have Deny.
Yeah, there's just so many options. All right, we're gonna
do Shield Bolt to proc Faded,
which that doesn't make sense to me, because if you could have just Zenith Blade, why not just Zenith Blade it? Like, it accomplishes the same thing except better, because now you're not wasting the utilization of the stun.
I guess from Ian's perspective, he's never using that stun because it is a slow speed stun.
Yeah.
So he's like, I might as well just get my Faded proc for the turn. Maybe you don't want to Zenith Blade onto the Wounded White Flame. You just want to do it on Lee Sin. If he does Zenith Blade the Wounded White Flame here, I have no idea.
Which, I mean, yeah, because in all reality, it's not too big of a deal because we have 6 mana. Like, you might as well use the other 3 mana, but Yeah, I guess it's just kind of a weird situation.
See Ian with the
for
flex emote and the end of the turn. Nope. Aikado's pranking a bit more. Gonna grab another deny here.
That's wow. Seeing this matchup is like, this is gross. This is disgusting.
If it were ladder, I'm pretty sure Ian would have surrendered by this point.
Yeah. Like, just the fact that you can, God, having your own tools used against you as a Lee Sin player, it just seems like an insta loss. Like, you just can't do anything. Yeah, oh, hey, there's you have a Lee Sin, I have a Conk Palm. Yeah, that feels bad. And honestly, yeah, even if these long tooths, potentially could come in big. Even if Ian gets like another Eye of the Dragon, we get all these Dragonlings, and we just kind of keep stalling out. Aikado uses denies and stuff like that. I mean, the long tooths are still going to send through that overwhelm damage. So slowly but surely, the long tooths will at least close out the game.
And it looks like we're even protecting the Fizz with the use of a stress defense.
Oh, all right. We got the resonating strike here. Make sure we still trade. All right, Fizz is gone. But I think 2 long tooths might be enough to get it done, Boulevard. That's a lot of overwhelm damage coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another Fizz in the hand. I forgot about the playful trickster in the hand.
Ian taking a look at their options here. Equinox can shut down the glorious Shellfolk, or the curious Shellfolk, but it's a little late for that, right? I think at this point it's almost better to use them on the long tooth to overwrite that overwhelm, because Aikado's kind of gotten all of the Shellfolk value. At this point, you know that there's at least none or very minimal left in their hand. They could always draw some, but it looks like we actually do go for the Equinox. Curious to see where Ian is going to place this one.
Yeah, here it is. It is going to be on the Shellfolk, all right? So, maybe Ian's strategy is we just bide our time and continue to try to stall
just run
out.
your opponent out of resources?
Yeah. Run.
I mean, all the pranks are gone. The Conk Palms are gone. Still 2 deny and 2 stress defense you don't know about, but actually just going to deny
the
Equinox because Ian can't deny back. That's an 8 mana deny.
That's a bad deny. That's not a good card last time I checked. Yeah, there it is.
I'm not gonna lie though, getting pranked has made me reevaluate what I would pay for certain cards.
Oh yeah, yep.
When we talk about like nerfing their mana cost, I'm like, I'd reasonably pay like 5 mana for this Get Excited.
It's like how badly do you need to deal 3 damage?
Yeah.
Right? Like, all right, we're gonna get the Gravitum here to stun the Longtooth, so it can't open attack, which is nice.
We are entering overtime very soon here. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. Of course, there will be 5 minutes left after that.
Yeah, it's something to note too. I mean, Ian's lower on time, right? I mean, Ian's at negative 30 seconds here. Aikado at a minute 20 still left.
If I remember correctly, according to OLS rules, we don't actually declare winner by timeout.
Yeah, no, not for OLS. Yeah, I think, what was it? Was it the EU Masters? Didn't something happen with Fresh Lobster, I think?
That was the seasonal.
Sorry, that was the seasonal. Okay, yeah, with the animations and whatnot. So,
yeah, it's one of those things that I don't know if the players know, because very few people sign up for a tournament and then read the rules.
That's accurate.
Because you kind of assume that you know them. You kind of assume it's the same as every other tournament.
Yep.
But in this case, it's not. We declare winner by, I think, who won game 1?
I'm gonna double.
Or do we just make it a draw? I think we just make it a draw, right?
I am gonna double check so that we actually get this right.
I'm pretty sure we actually declare it a draw, because like we are using a manual website. We can put draws in, whereas the seasonal cannot. And as everybody knows, time on clock is not indicative of who is winning a game.
Yeah. Let's see here.
While he looks that up, it looks like we are going to get the 8 mana deny.
Yeah, hold on. I have to read here.
Off a time trick here. Going to be a pokey stick if we want it, and yeah, going to take that pokey stick, kill that Zoe.
It's a draw. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So that might be
actually not going to kill the Zoe with the pokey.
That might be what Ian's playing for at this point.
Are you assuming Ian read the rules?
No. Well, actually, I don't know. That's a good point.
It's weird to cast from a situation. We don't know if the players know the rules of this man.
Wait, what game? This is Magic, right? What are the rules again? Do we play land here? Oh, man. Oh, another Eye of the Dragon gonna be good to stall out
if
a little bit more.
Aikado can find Pokey Stick off this Conchologist, he just wins the game with Pokey Sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things worth noting. Timewinder will also do it.
Yep. We'll see if it gets grabbed here.
I'm curious if Aikado will go for it. Oh, no, we don't have Shellfolk on the field anymore. We're only getting one Timewinder.
We did not take it. Okay. We do have Severum as well to get some life back.
Stress defense, though, does mean that this is going to be pretty minimal life gain from the Lee Sin.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a matter of, does Aikado get the attack token before the clock runs out? It is kind of the room that we are currently sitting in.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, theoretically, if Ian was playing for the draw, Ian could just, like, take very long to take turns here. But Ian is not, so
that's a whole other argument I'm not going to touch.
Yeah, that's touched out with a 10-foot pole. So there's a stress defense you mentioned. And Dragon's Rage going to come in, not kill the Longtooth, just send it back to the hand because it's only one attack now. I think we should, I mean, technically, these Longtooths, or, well, the one Longtooth does not do damage if it gets blocked by the injured White Flame, or the wounded White Flame. And we have some more lifesteal, and we have a stun. I don't know if Aikado can close this out this turn. All right. We're just making... Now, we can still play both in one turn. We can... One more prank, and we cannot.
I mean, Aikado's two weakest attackers is only 3 damage.
Yeah.
As it stands, he doesn't have it.
Oh, hey, dude. Hey, we get some names. Hold on. Trumpet Tech Gear. Wait, what? Trumpet Tech Gear? Is that what that just said? Jesus. That was
okay, this is going to give his board +2/+2.
Oh, is that what that mech does? Really?
Yeah, but Ian... Well, it gives it +1/+1, but he could play 2 of them. I think they're going to time here, Doza.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Aikado not really playing fast here. I mean,
we've known players to be unaware of the clock in these situations where it's something that's very cognizant in our minds. It's kind of like off in the left field when you're looking at the board in the game state. You don't really catch the clock.
All right, there it is. +1/+1. Oh, and Ian, yeah, see, so Ian being in so much negative time, I mean, we already have the clock counting down there. There's the stun. It's going to give us another blocker, and we have lifesteal. Yeah, I don't think Aikado closes this out this turn. We could even hush something here, which now we have to preemptively hush it, right? Because then if it goes back to prank, we can't play the hush. Oh, wait, what? Did Ian just pass? Wait, what? Did we just pick what? What's happening?
I don't know.
Why did Ian pass, and then why did we pick Pale Cascade to get pranked instead of the hush, which is now usable because it's still 5 mana? I don't know what's happening right now. But we live, and we go to time, which means there's a tie. That was a weird end to that one, Boulevard.
Yep.
But it is a tie. Rules state that it is a tie. So, wow. I think that's the first tie that we've seen on
we don't get them very
broadcast.
often.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often. Well, we've got them before, but I don't think we've actually seen it ourselves, right?
No.